and welcome back to You Handle That Perfectly. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Carly. And we're here to talk about the messy, beautiful, sometimes chaotic life that is balancing motherhood and business.
Love it.
So let's get into it. Today we're finishing our survival mode series. And this is episode 6. It's going to be more like a wrap up. And we're just going to go through some quick little points about what survival mode can look like in a marriage and how we can sort of flip the script so that you're not feeling like you're in survival mode all the time.
Yeah, sounds great. So, yeah, let's jump right in. I want to just recap quickly the 5-part series that we did. Episode 1 was about feeling dismissed, episode 2 was mood unpredictability, episode 3 was walking away or going silent during conflict. Number 4, a trigger for us, checking your phone during conflict. And number 5 was carrying the mental load alone. So I know you want to jump in and talk about what survival mode actually looks like in a marriage.
Yeah, so this is how it shows up. So you might be going through all these things and maybe you didn't even realize that that's what it was that you were experiencing, but instead, maybe it shows up as like a short fuse or fast reactions from you.
Yes.
So, you're not overreacting. It's just like small things feel really big because there's so many things happening in your brain. And then when you feel dismissed or they go silent or they check their phone, it's just like sets you off.
Yeah. Another one is constant tension in your body. You just can't shake that. It's like your shoulders are always hunched, your neck hurts.
Your jaw's clenched.
Yeah. And I know from a woo woo perspective, it's like, whatever part of your body hurts, it actually means something. Like if your throat hurts, it's because you need to speak up for yourself or whatever the case may be. So you're not going to be able to relax because it feels like if you don't handle it, the ball's going to be dropped.
Yeah. The next one relates back to our mental load episode where you can jump into scorekeeping and resentment. And it's not because you're feeling competitive or anything like that. The truth is, you're feeling unseen in the amount of work that you're doing. And so survival mode kicks in to say, this isn't fair. What's happening isn't right. You need to do something to fix it. So tell the partner, well, I did this 42 times and you've only done it 30. Like,
Right.
scorekeeping is never a good idea.
And I think it's can start like really early on too, before you even have conflict. Like, think about when a couple has kids and they're like, I got up last time. Like,
Right.
it starts as a joke, but I think that as it progresses, it isn't so funny anymore.
Yeah. I think that after we had our son, we came up with a system of who was getting up when
Yeah.
in order to avoid that kind of
Yeah.
conflict. It was like, okay, if I know that I'm doing 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. and you're doing 12 a.m. and 6 a.m.,
Yeah. Yeah.
then it's shared, it's fair, it's balanced, and
You're literally
I don't have to think about it.
yeah, you're literally avoiding all the bad things we've talked about.
Yeah. Like we each get 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah. So the next one relates to the walking away during conflict episode that we talked about, and this is emotional shutdown or what's called stonewalling. So, as a woman, I can tell you that the biggest sign of trouble in a relationship is when your wife, girlfriend, whatever, stops bringing up issues.
Yeah.
Like when you don't even have the desire, the energy, the will to bring up things that you're not happy about, that's a really bad sign. It's not peace, it's depletion.
Yeah. And it's like you, it doesn't mean there aren't problems.
Right.
You just can't mentally handle talking about it.
Yeah.
Another sign is hyper independence where they stop asking you for help. So I'll just do it myself
Mhm.
or all of that. It's just another way to push the partner away and just means like that you feel like you have to do everything yourself, which is not a partnership.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a trauma response too? So it's like it makes sense. You don't want to be disappointed again.
Right.
So you're protecting yourself.
Yeah. You see it in business too, interestingly. Like, oh, I don't want to train somebody else. I'll just do it myself. Or I don't want to deal with somebody else doing this. Or I want to make sure it's right. So I'm just going to do it myself. rather than allowing other people to trust the process and know that, like, you can rely on other people to do it. But you see it a lot when you're and, maybe when you're unhappy at a company, you're like, "Well, if I just do everything myself, then
Yeah.
I'll feel better."
Yeah, it's just putting a Band-Aid over a bullet hole,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, I think you're just asking for burnout. Whatever, whether it's at work, in your marriage, whatever it is, if you're trying to do everything yourself, it's not sustainable.
No, it's not.
The last one is conflict feels threatening and not connected. And that was in our last episode, I believe.
It was in the feeling dismissed one as well.
Oh, yeah, the feeling dismissed one as well. I just think it's really important that people realize that any relationship is going to have conflict. Like, you can't grow. It's all about, I think, the intensity, the level, and how you deal with it. I mean, we've been friends for 40 years. Of course, we've had conflict, but just just like a marriage, you you kind of expect that and you handle it with grace and kindness and you try not to be defensive. Like that's my biggest thing with my husband. We both are the same way. We both get super defensive because you take it personally.
Yeah. It's
But
hard not to.
yeah, but when someone is still bringing it up, they're not shutting down, they're not stonewalling. It's something to take to heart and to really handle with care and realize that it doesn't have to be a fight, that it can just be a discussion.
Yeah, you can be a little more receptive to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to live with people too. I tell this to my kids all the time. It's really hard to live with people, especially when you didn't get to choose who that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, that's so
I
true.
I chose to live with Tim.
Yeah.
We chose that, but our kids didn't choose, depending on what you believe. Our kids didn't choose to live with us or
Yeah.
each other. And so I get it. It's hard. And they're very different
Yeah.
from each other. And it's not always easy, but we always tell them we're so lucky that we have each other. And you
Yeah.
guys are so fortunate that you have such a strong relationship with each other and don't mess it up.
And they're learning so many amazing skills at a young age because of that. That's what I
Yeah.
always think about when my kids fight. I'm thinking like they're building skills that some people, some adults never learn. We
Well, it
talk
was like what
about.
we talked about in our last episode. Learning
Yeah.
how to say you're sorry is a
Yeah.
skill that a lot of people never learn.
Yep. Yeah. I mean,
Conflict resolution, dealing with difficult people,
yeah. Waiting your turn, patience, grace. Yeah,
patience,
I know. There's a lot of good skills from that.
sharing the focus, not having to be in the spotlight all the time, I think is a really big one too. And celebrating other people's wins. We focus a lot on that in our house. Like,
Mhm.
just because he did it doesn't mean you can't. And we celebrate each other.
Yeah, it's a family win. We always talk about that too.
Yeah.
My kids will do Lego competitions with my husband, and when one of them wins, I try to be like, "Hey, we all won.
We
This
all get
is."
ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody wins because we
Everybody
all
gets a
get ice
treat.
cream.
I
Yeah.
know. It's so funny because sometimes I'm like, "Okay, whoever gets to the room fastest gets an extra hug," and then to the other one, I'm like, "Just kidding.
Everybody gets hugs.
Everybody gets extra hugs. I just like hugs."
Yeah. We play a game. We in the backyard, or my son, if he hits the ball over the lights, we get frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
And so my daughter will stand up on the hill and he'll hit the ball and she'll be like, "Yep, it went over."
Oh my gosh.
Do we all get Menchies?
That's awesome.
Like, that's right. His success means we all get ice cream.
Aw, I could go for some froyo.
Actually, that does sound good. Maybe after this, we should go get froyo.
Sounds good.
It's like those memes. It's like, um, you can get me to do anything if you tell me there's coffee
Yeah.
involved
Yeah.
or treats.
We just need treats.
Just,
Like,
yeah.
just a little treat. I
Oh,
saw,
man.
I can't remember if I sent this to you or not, but I saw something. It said, "I don't need to be wined and dined. I just want to be quesoed and embraceoed."
Ooh.
I was like, that is my love language.
Mine too. Miguel's has the best queso.
Yes, they do.
So if you're looking for a good queso recommendation,
Bring us.
yes.
So,
Don't never queso alone.
no. Mm-mm. So let's wrap this up on a positive note.
Okay. I think the biggest takeaway from all of this is that you don't have to do it alone.
Mhm.
And so all of these things, I feel like every single one of the topics we talked about around survival mode is an isolating effect.
Yeah, that's so
So
true.
knowing that you don't have to do it alone, even if you just need somebody to vent to, or for looking for support, or hearing, oh my gosh, I go through that too, or hearing, hey, I think you're handling it perfectly, even though it felt messy, is a really great solution to a lot of the conflict that happens. And it's not, you know, it doesn't have to be about drama or high intensity or whatever it is. It can just be about shared relief and shared responsibility. And so just knowing that other people are going through it too, I think is a huge step. So like already by you listening to this series, I hope you know you're not alone in anything you're going through. And, you know, we love listening to people vent.
I know. So this was a series about survival mode in your marriage, but we did talk a lot about dealing with your family and your kids and parenting and all that because that's part of what's in the household. But I think what we didn't implicitly say is that you need a support system to help you not fall into these traps as well.
Yeah.
You can't expect your partner, your spouse, your husband, your wife, whoever, you can't expect that person to provide everything you need in life. First of all, you need to work on yourself and you need to make sure that you are being a good partner and that you are providing the level of support, the level of understanding and grace that you expect or that they need. And then also, like we've talked about, like we would not be able to survive without each other. I mean, it's not like we just go out every day and we're like venting about our families, but we do talk through a lot of problems or confusing situations or whatever it may be. And
Or
so,
just advice on even everyday life things.
yeah.
How are you handling the laundry? How are
Yeah,
you handling whatever it is? It doesn't necessarily have to be a conflict that we're talking through.
totally.
It's just like, hey, what do you guys eat for breakfast? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many things that I need help and support with. And, fortunately, we have each other because, like, it doesn't have to feel like you're in danger all the time or you're in fight or flight or you're in survival mode. Like, you don't have to feel like that. There is a solution and there are ways to get out of feeling that way.
I think that's another reason, and this is a nice segue to our regularly scheduled programming, but I think that's another reason why we do talk about our wins because that's something that's important to share. Like, yes, we have a family that we live with and if when one person wins, everyone wins, that
Mhm.
kind of a thing, but it's also exciting to be able to tell your best friend like, "Hey, you know how we struggle with this? Like, we've been doing better." And I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, sharing and the more you focus on the negative, the more negative things we'll get. The more you focus on the more positive things we'll get.
Yeah.
So if you're sharing wins and you're saying, this is what I really like about you, this is what I really like about us, this is what I like about our house, this is what I like about all these things, and taking a positive spin on it can help too.
Yeah, I love that.
So, all right. Well, speaking of which, do you have a win for us today?
I do. I have, I guess, a couple.
Ooh, okay.
I know, a couple brief ones. When we were talking about whose win, whose song it was earlier today, I thought, I really want to celebrate these little things that have happened. And so the first one I'll say is last night we were cleaning up. My family was really working as a team. Like my daughter does the dishes, my son does recycles, trash with my husband, dog area. Like they still need to be prompted, but like they are very much getting into responsibility mode. So that in itself felt like a win. And then as we were getting ready to go upstairs, my son goes, "Peek or pit, I go first." And that's where they talk about like their win for the day or
Oh, peak
whatever.
or pit.
Peek or
Yeah.
pit, yeah. But what's really funny is that a lot of times, or most times, we do that at dinner, and a lot of times it's my daughter who remembers, and she says, "Peek or pit, I go first," and then my son always gets sad or whatever. So he was really proud of himself because he remembered. We hadn't done it at dinner, and it was really cool seeing him come up with something because they've gotten a lot better at not focusing on the negative. That's one of the
Yeah.
things we were just talking about. So the peaks are what we do last because I'm like, tell us your pit, get it over with. I think his pit was like, I kept tripping today. And I was like, man, that's the worst. And then
He's
he
probably
like,
growing.
yeah, he
Yeah.
is. I think so. He's clumsy. He's going through that clumsy phase. And so it was just funny because it was like, kept tripping today. And then I can't even remember what his win was. I'm sure it was so cute and like about soccer or something.
Yeah.
And then my daughter said, I don't think I had a pit today, which
Yay.
is like amazing because I do think a lot of times she focuses on her pits
Pit.
of her day too much. And so I was just like, not that they can't have bad parts of their day, and a bad moment does not a bad day make, but I sometimes you need like those crystal clear moments of like, oh my gosh, I'm getting through to them. Ah.
Yeah.
So that was last night. And then this morning was more of like me celebrating. I just kind of wanted to celebrate with the community that I feel like I did a good job of staying calm and regulated, which a lot of times is hard. We were just about ready to leave this morning, and my daughter knocks over an entire glass of milk, plastic cup or whatever, so no big deal. But she got it like on her shirt, on her pants,
Uh,
on the floor, all over the table, somehow like under the
oh, and milk
and milk.
too.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, I immediately have to go take care of all this. But like somehow under the plastic mat that we have on our wooden table too, like
Of course.
splattered on all the chair legs, like it was everywhere.
Oh man.
And my reaction was like,
Okay.
Okay, well, you go get changed and I'll take care of it." And like that was it. Like she knew that it was frustrating,
Yeah, you don't have to tell a kid that a spill is terrible.
incredibly annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to then punish for the spill.
Right.
Spills
Well,
happen.
and that's something I feel like is a big thing that like ask anyone in their childhood and I think you can tell a lot about how they were raised by how their parents handled accidents, spills, that kind of a thing. And I want my kids to know that the most important thing was just cleaning up after yourself and moving on with your day.
Yeah.
Like I have broken my mom's favorite coffee mug like on 2 occasions, and I think I don't even think she ever got mad at me. It's like one of those things where it's like that grace in those moments is so important. So I was proud of myself for that. And then we get in the car and we get to school, and one of the kids says, "Why is there water all over the bottom of the car or like the floor?" And I'm just like, take a deep breath. And I turn around. I'm like, okay, well, which one of your water bottles was open in your backpack? And like, this is a constant thing with my kids. So it is a trigger because for whatever reason, they will not use the side pockets on their backpacks for their water bottles. They put them in their backpacks, and even though I remind them that they need to be closed, inevitably, at least once a week, one of them spills their entire water bottle in their backpack.
Oh my gosh.
So it was my son, and so the bottom of his backpack was soaked, and so I like just take it out of the car and dump it out. His folder is soaked, his jacket was soaked. It was just one of those things, and his water bottle is then empty.
Right.
And so it was one of those things where like he knew, like he's like, "Oh gosh." Because I'm constantly like, "Are you guys serious?" Or like at least with my daughter it happens a lot and she doesn't take care of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I ended up just dumping it out. I was like, "Okay, come on." So happened that I was going back in like an hour and a half to volunteer. So I said, "I'll bring you a new water bottle and a sweatshirt." But the second part of this with me staying calm, the second part I was proud of is I was like, "Okay, do I go home and I get a new backpack? Do I try to dry all this off?" And I was like, "No, he needs to
Learn his
live."
lesson.
Yeah, he needs to live with the natural consequences. Like,
Yeah.
of course, if I'm coming back, I'm going to bring him a water bottle and a jacket. Like, I'm not going to punish the
Yeah,
kid.
human decency.
Yeah. But to be honest, there was a time that happened to my daughter and I wasn't coming back, and so she just didn't have her backpack for the day.
Yeah, and a lot of times the accident is punishment enough. Like,
Yeah.
spilling that, like,
Yeah.
and not having your stuff all day is punishment enough.
I know when I brought him his jacket, he's like, "Where am I gonna put it?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Tie it around your waist,
Yeah,
bro.
I know. I'm like, "I don't know, that's for you to figure out."
Yeah.
So, anyway, just little victories. I hope that you all have some of those this week that you can celebrate too and share with us on social. I would love to hear.
Yeah, maybe you'll have tea with demons.
Is that your win for the
No,
week?
I don't have well, it's not my win. I just have to share this because it's really funny. We can maybe edit this out, but, um, we picked oracle cards before we started recording today, and the name of this deck was Cosmic Comfort. So I thought, "This is great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick something that's gonna make me feel warm and cozy inside." And guess what I picked? It says Tea with Demons.
This is the first time we've ever picked from this deck. So, I hadn't even read like how to use this deck. It was just
Okay, we're just gonna pick a card.
yeah, you were like all excited. You're like, "Tea with demons?" I wish I would have taken a video too because like I mean, you're doing it now. I was going to say I haven't not seen you laugh so hard and I mean, you laugh a lot, but like I haven't seen you laugh that hard that you made yourself
Oh,
cry.
and, like, fell to the ground and was
Yeah.
crying because how is that comfortable?
Well, then
How
the
is that comfort?
explanation was like, "Well, okay, it makes sense." Like,
Well, it's just, like, sit down with your inner
I
demons
mean, it's
and
not comfortable.
no.
It's
I
very
wouldn't call it
uncomfortable.
cosmic comfort, but anyway, for those of you who needed a good laugh, like, pull an oracle card thinking it's gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Light up your life," and you get tea with demons.
I think next time we'll use this deck in a different way that it was intended and like pick a card that we want to have for the day
Yeah, I like that.
so that we don't have to have coffee with anyone
Yeah.
else.
Demons.
Yeah, demons. Coffee with monsters.
Yeah.
Ice cream with animals. Oh, that sounds fun
Oh,
actually.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I picture little woodland creatures,
Yeah,
like I'm
like
Sleeping Beauty all of a sudden.
yeah, like why wasn't it like ice cream with otters, which is like my new obsession and I want an
Yeah,
otter.
that would have been a great card to pull.
I know. Coming
Anyway.
soon. Are you handled that perfectly, deck?
That does not have anything about demons in it.
Yeah. So, what
Anyway.
about you? What's your song for the week?
So I heard this song this week, actually, maybe last week, but I love it. It's called Way Back Home. It's by Ed Prosek, Porter, and the Driftwood Choir.
Ooh.
And it's just like a really nice it sounds really nice. It's actually about a breakup, but there's a shocker. um but anyway, it's a nice one though about like how you're gonna be okay. And so it says, I'll find my way back home. It'll be all right. It's darkest before the dawn, but I'm heading toward the light. I'll find my way back home. Don't you worry, dear. And it's just like a nice
Aw.
sentiment. And then it also just like I played it for you right before we started, and you were
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, yeah, I like it."
Yeah, like
It's just like,
immediately it starts out and you like it and I was vibing, but then the chorus comes and I'm like, yeah, this is a great song.
yeah, it's really good. And even though because it's hopeful,
Yeah, I think that is what it was as
it's not
well.
a downer. It's a hopeful song, and so I liked that about it too.
And we like our mellow music.
I do.
Yeah, no shame.
No, I think that's all.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us this week. Connect with us on Instagram or join our Facebook community to influence what we talk about next.
And in case no one told you today,
You handled that perfectly.
bye.